ShareTweetJoy Behar grabbed headlines when she erupted in anger at President Donald Trump and GOP lawmakers, claiming that regulating abortions is outlandish. After sharing a few choice words about Trump, Behar went on a rant. Why is the Republican Party trying to set women back 50 years or 75 years? Why do they want us to go back to the kitchen barefoot and pregnant? She declared. Well, that's when she got torched. You'll love this. Joy Behar views regulating abortions as outlandish. The 76-year-old former comedian is joining the liberal Hollywood crowd by parroting their talking points about the latest heartbeat laws being passed in red states. As most of you are aware, the heartbeat law bans most abortions after the baby's heartbeat can be detected on a fetal monitor. The Living Infants Fairness and Equality Act allows for some exceptions, including in cases of rape or incest if a woman files a police report, or when the life of the pregnant woman is threatened. A woman can also have an abortion if her pregnancy is deemed medically futile. However, Big Mouth Behar acts as if these abortion laws somehow are hurting women, when we know half of all pregnancies terminated are little baby girls. After spouting nonsense about President Trump and what she says is his need to cater to those Christian types, Joy went bonkers. "Let's talk about the men instead of the women," said the 76-year-old co-host of The View. "Let's talk about why are men having such a war against women? Why is the Republican Party trying to set women back 50 years or 75 years? Why do they want us to go back to the kitchen barefoot and pregnant? Why? What are they so threatened by?" She added, "They want to regulate my body. Why don't they regulate guns, for example?" Well, Joy wasn't alone with her hatred and outrage over new abortion laws that will save lives. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, another leftist who can't get her facts straight, really put her foot in her mouth over the same heartbeat law. 6 weeks pregnant equals 2 weeks late on your period. Most of the men writing these bills don't know the first thing about a woman's body outside of the things they want from it. It's relatively common for a woman to have a late period plus not be pregnant. So this is a backdoor ban, tweeted Ock. She added, for good measure, for context, this kicks in within days of a typical at-home test working. If you were sexually assaulted, stress delays cycle, took a morning after pill, throws off cycle, or have an irregular cycle, you'd have no idea. There are a ton of ways this law ignores basic biology. But that's not all. Just like Joy, Ock is blaming men as the culprits, taking away their so-called right to slaughter babies inside the womb. Well, they are both wrong. Of course, being 6 weeks pregnant is a lot more than just being late on your period. Ask any woman who's miscarried or had a baby. At that time in a pregnancy, the unborn child is developing facial features and has a beating heart. Moreover, Ocasio-Cortez is misinformed about the authors of the legislation, a majority of whom are women, not men, the Daily Wire reported. And Joy Behar found out the hard way the majority of Americans aren't on her side. "I am old enough to remember being told in middle school that abortion was a very rare event and the exception, and would never happen past the first 8 to 12 weeks of a pregnancy," said Twitter user TruthSetsAFree. Comparing this generation with women in the 40s and 50s having backstreet abortions is ludicrous. Back then they didn't have all the birth control options they do now, posted Twitter user Leslie. Joy doesn't seem to know much, but surely she's aware that the fetus or baby is not part of the mother. It's a distinct separate human with distinct DNA, tweeted FW Butler DVM. That's right. Joy is one of those loud-mouthed who screams about my body, my uterus. Well, the truth is the baby growing inside of the uterus is a distinct human being with a totally unique DNA, which makes the baby not the mother's body, but a unique new human being. You think these leftists would realize civilized societies with medical advancements do not kill their offspring? Not only is it a moral question, but it's also a scientific question. With so many advancements, we now can see the growing fetus is no glob of tissue, it is a baby. Joy Behar is everything that is wrong with the feminist movement that refuses to acknowledge and protect life from conception to natural death. Share tweet.